I remember kind of doing the dive, but that's it. The next thing I remember is being on my back, looking up at the sky, probably looking up at the trees, just being uncomfortable and kind of having the feeling like something really bad just happened. Born in Pacifica, I went to school in Pacifica, and then I started working construction when I was like 16. And then when I was 18, I moved up to Humboldt. It sort of was natural to start studying construction management. I was gonna just build houses for a living. So we decided that we were gonna go spend the day at the river because there's some really beautiful spots. We were sort of trying to explore up the river just to see what was around the bend. And my friends had already crossed the river and they were like, come on, let's go. And I was like, okay. I got up and I did like this running dive into the water. And I don't know what I did. I think probably I went to do a shallow dive and just went a little too deep. So I hit the rock with the top of my head and just broke my neck. And at that point, I just realized that I was gonna be in a wheelchair. You know, I realized I was gonna be paralyzed. My technique for dealing with depression and all this has just been to keep my head, just keep doing things. One of my friends' motto is keep them spinning, and it's basically been what I've been doing like since day one, is just hit the ground running. When I first got hurt, my whole goal was to get really good at doing things on the computer. So to just spend like all day doing like tutorials, learning how to do construction documents. For like the first year and a half, just doing nothing but that. Kind of continually thinking about what I was gonna do for fun. I designed the Kite Buggy because it was the coolest thing I could think of to do. You fly the kite straight out in front of you and you move side to side. So that one person, I could fly the kite and the other person would steer. That's how, you know, I got started on the two-person idea. And I think the reason I started working on it was because I sort of wanted to learn actually a program. At the same time, I was like, well, why don't I use this program and try to design this thing I've been thinking about. And as I was learning that, I built a spider crab. I've spent hundreds of hours designing the buggy, and I've made so many changes on the computer before any metal got cut. When you can look at that perspective view, and not only just one view, but be able to turn the thing around in front of you, you really have an idea of how something's gonna look before you actually get it done. So at this point, the buggy has been fully designed. Blueprints have been printed. The builders are ready to cut metal, and we just need the funding in order to get there. When you're working towards a goal and you're making progress, that makes you happy. And that's certainly what I've found. Thank you for watching the video. If this is a campaign you'd like to get behind, we'd really appreciate your contribution. And we're excited to start sailing.